Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever your situation is when you're catching this conversation. I'm Shar with Law for Love, the most special place in the legal system in Atlanta. And we are on a mission to build stronger communities by helping families. And my mission comes from my experience and my work as a divorce lawyer. You know what? I've seen and I've worked with and I've spoken to thousands. I can't even keep track of how many people that I've met in this space. And my assignment is to take what I have learned from failed marriages, corporate failures are what I call them, and to give you some insight if your marriage is currently struggling, or if you are looking for that it factor that's going to help you move forward as a married couple, I'm giving you the insights, basically reverse engineering divorce and taking those lessons learned with the hope that you will take them to heart and you'll do something about it. And right now I want to talk to husbands. I want to give you some insight why your wife is not feeling you anymore. And I tell people all the time, please do not judge the health of a marriage based on how many years they have been together. Any family lawyer, anyone practicing divorce will tell you we have become so accustomed to hearing family after family after family who've been sleeping in separate bedrooms for decades. So if you're looking at the family next door and they're the picture perfect family because they've been together your whole life and you're thinking that it's all good because of how long they've been together, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there are other things that are going on where people are kind of like, they're keeping the window dressing looking really, really nice, but behind the scenes, it's it's painful. And I want to talk about those things because I want you to know that you don't have to keep pretending. There are actually things that you can begin doing yourself to start making a difference in your family. And so the first reason why wives are disappointed with or not feeling you, why your wife is not feeling you anymore, is because her hope was disappointed. So what happens to every little girl, right, who has grown up in the age of TV, especially Disney movies, the whole happily ever after thing? Every little girl dreams of her wedding day, like every little girl. Now, are there anomalies? Yes, I'm not talking to that. I'm talking to the everyday girl who grew up in the modern day time watching these love stories, right? Beginning with cartoons, she was conditioned to fall in love with who? Her knight in shining armor. Like one of my favorite pictures of this is in the cartoon Shrek. The princess, the sleeping beauty waiting to be saved and rescued by her hero. Well, you know what? We are conditioned that when we are looking to marry a man, we are looking for our hero. And so marriage is going to create that proximity where who you really are in terms of your flaws come to light. And that's for all of us, husbands and wives. But right now, I really am focusing this conversation on husbands because I want to challenge you today. The way you respond when your flaws are exposed to your wife, it's either going to diminish her hope that she had that she was going to marry her hero, or it's going to fortify her commitment to love you unconditionally. But it's how you handle your flaws that's going to determine it. And so the second reason why your wife is not feeling you anymore is that she found it necessary to step up when you went into hiding or you dropped out of the game. I see this issue a lot in my family practice. I work with a lot of women, executive women, women in leadership, women who are go-getters, they're self-directed, they make things happen. And almost always, and I'm speaking to you husbands, when I'm meeting these women, they have found it necessary to step up and to do things that they were needing their husband's leadership in. And he was nowhere to be found. He either went into hiding or he just completely just dropped out of the game, leaving her to have to handle what needed to be handled. And, why she might be controlling, because I know a lot of men are resentful towards their women who are kind of like in that domineering space in the family. She does everything and she tells everybody what to do. Hey, maybe she may have an issue with control. Maybe she might have some unhealed traumas and things she needs to deal with. But again, and I'm an equal opportunity offender. Like I go in on the ladies as well. Right now, I really, really want to focus on the men because we saw an example of a woman who has stepped out of line. She was out of order. And this was with Adam, right? Eve was out of order. Eve stepped out of line. She went and did what she wanted to do. But when Adam's response to her was the wrong response, the first question that the Most High had was, Adam, where are you? And that's the question that I ask husbands. If your wife is not feeling you anymore, my question is, where are you? Where are you as life is lifing? Where are you as she is ripping and running, making things happen and covering things? Where are you? And then the third reason why your wife is not feeling you anymore, she's been trying to tell you, but you stopped listening. And this is what like I would say the number one complaint wives have about their husbands. He doesn't listen to me. But the same holds true is that men have the same exact complaint. Men don't feel hurt by their wives either. But your wife had to disconnect because the pain of her hero no longer being the hero in her eyes, and the pain of having to step into places where you are not leading. She has to disconnect. This is why she's not feeling you anymore. It's too much, right? So, one of the ways that the body responds to pressure or pain, at some point in time, there has to be a disengagement in order to save those resources from like just completely breaking down. And you will be the first person that she disengages from because you're not leading and she's hurting too bad. And so I know that wives have a lot of work to do when it comes to how we talk to you, how we figure out how to motivate you. And that's not, I'm not giving any excuse to women who are not communicating to husbands the way that you're wanting your wife to show up. But who is keeping her motivated when you have not been showing up for her? A lot of men are waiting for her to motivate him to do better. Who's keeping her motivated? This is why she's just like, she's stopped feeling you because there are no available resources to feel you because you're no longer her hero. So when you realized you disappointed your wife, did you, husbands, go into hiding? Did you begin blaming her for why you're not leading? Did you begin blaming everyone else for why you're not leading? Did you begin to blame all of the circumstances for why you are not leading? Or did you escape into your own world to soothe yourself from your own disappointment? Because men who push past their excuses and continue punching through their feelings of failure or inadequacy are royally respected, irreversibly irreplaceable, and deeply desired by their wives, even when they miss the mark. Every leader gets stuck. And life will always lead you to a valley of decision where you're either going to fold or you're going to push forward to advance your family into your destiny. Your family is waiting for you to take courage. Your wife doesn't want to give up on you, but if you have given up on yourself, if you quit on yourself, then she will. Leading your family does not mean you have all of the answers. It simply means that you continue showing up even when you don't. Again, I'm Shar with Law for Love, and I'm hoping that these words challenge you. One of why I'm so passionate about male leadership. I was blessed with 3 brothers, 3 sons, and a a very strong husband, and positioned in a way that I see the challenges that you have, and I care, and I see where we as women can do our part to support you. But today I really am challenging you because it is time for us to build our communities by first building our families. Again, hey, I'm Shar with Law for Love, the most special place in the legal system in Atlanta. I hope you are blessed and encouraged and empowered with this confrontation in a way that's going to challenge you to change.